Dominating the upper reaches of the Orontes River in the Bekaa Valley is the Cave of the Monk. Originally a monastery, this group of caves was used by crusaders as a fortified lookout point. The vaulted ceiling is darkened a smoky black by torches and fires kept constantly alight to protect the cave's inhabitants from the merciless cold of the long Lebanese winter. Those who make the climb up here are rewarded by the simple signs of devotion that refer not to the Crusades, but rather to men whose eyes looked heavenward, men who chose to live in these austere caves during their earthly lives. Below are the springs that give life to the Orontes River. In Aramaic, the Orontes is called Alazi, the rebel river, because an optical illusion often gives the curious impression that it flows uphill. The river flows in a wide arc through 3 countries, Lebanon, Syria, and Turkey. Ever since ancient times, it's been harnessed to power water wheels and still serves irrigation canals that turn arid, unfertile land into rich soil. The Orontes River divides in two Antioch, the city of the evangelist Luke and of the first Christians, and after a total course of some 390 kilometers, it empties itself into the Mediterranean. The waters of the Orontes symbolize the vital lifeline that runs from closed monasteries, hermit dwellings, and holy springs, through tortuous, mysterious canals to reach the entire community of believers. Jubaddin, a Muslim village tucked away in the mountains of Kalamun to the north of Damascus. Everything here is similar to innumerable other Muslim villages. The architecture, the way people dress, the way they live. But there is one fundamental difference. Arabic is not spoken here. The people speak Aramaic, or rather, a dialect of Aramaic related to Syriac. Indeed, the inhabitants of this Syrian village are direct descendants of those Aramean peoples who, many centuries before Christ, inhabited Upper Mesopotamia and then moved south to lay their roots throughout the Middle East, from Turkey to Iraq, to Syria to Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. Islam is the faith of these people who hold in honor Abraham, the wandering Aramean, as the Bible calls him, the great prophet, the friend of God, and their direct ancestor. And they guard their Aramaic dialect jealously. Over 3,000 years ago, their ancestors used the same language. It is a source of wonderment to hear people chatting about everyday matters in this age-old language that has been passed down orally from one generation to the next for over 3 millennia. Right now, the subject of discussion is an upcoming feast day. The final word, as always, will be spoken by the Mukhtar, the village chief. The songs are in Aramaic. Even modern songs are translated from Arabic into the ancient language that parents teach their children, who in turn will teach their children and grandchildren. Ma'alula, another small town to the north of Damascus, where Aramaic is also spoken. The name has Aramaic roots. Ma'alula means entry. This time, the inhabitants are mainly Christian. Ma'alula and its surrounding area is in one of the oldest inhabited parts of the Middle East. Stone Age man lived here some 50 to 60,000 years ago. The area is strewn with caves once used as sites of worship or burial, or when necessary. Ma'alula and its surrounding area